I've seen many bad movies in my life. Hundreds, even. But rarely, surprisingly, will I have said that a movie disgusted me. I've seen movies that have angered me. I've seen movies that have led me to complete and utter indifference. And there have been many of those this year. Most of them in the not really caring scenario, but I digress. Rarely will I say a movie disgusted me. And this movie did. And it's not just the movie itself, it's also the response to the movie is usually what brings it to this category. Another movie that is bestowed in this little category of mine would be the 2019 Lion King, because it's the exact same scenario. They changed absolutely nothing about the film, and yet people still praised it. Now, this one honestly technically is a better movie than Lion King, but because if the originals didn't exist and you just compared the two films, this one would be better. But this one disgusts me more because it's successfully getting away with it. Because too many people are calling this movie a masterpiece. People are saying it's the greatest live-action remake. It's so much better than all the Disney ones. When it is legitimately shot for shot. And I'm not even saying that. Like, the Beauty and the Beast remake, people like me have said is basically a shot-for-shot remake, but I'll give that movie credit. It at least tried for different shots. Like, I can't believe that's all. I mean, and the movie's like 40 minutes longer. Even the director of this movie, who co-directed the original, straight up said they barely changed the script. So even the director knew they weren't gonna get away with this bullshit. But I can take solace in the fact that this movie is doing very underwhelming at the box office, because it made $84 million in its opening weekend. And that sounds pretty good, but then and this is domestic, by the way. But then you consider Lilo and Stitch made $146 million its opening weekend. And then when you compare the Monday numbers, Lilo and Stitch made about 24 to 26 million, I forget which one it is, and this movie made about 8 million. Hell, this movie's dragging ass behind Captain America Brave New World, which made around $88 million in its opening weekend, and about 11 million in its first Monday. So this movie's dragging ass behind Captain America, which makes me happy, because it shows that people kind of knew what to expect out of this movie, and the people who went to go see the movie just wanted to see a shot-for-shot remake, which again, just absolutely disgusts me. And if you're coming to this video, if you're one of these people, you probably haven't even watched this far, that are just here to cry and whine about the fact that I'm not calling this a masterpiece, then I'm sorry, but you're fucking retard. That's all there is to it. You're too far gone at this point. If you're upset that somebody on the internet isn't calling a shot-for-shot remake a masterpiece. Because, as you've noticed, I haven't really talked about the film. Because this movie isn't even worth a review. Because it's the exact same movie. I will mention two things about this film, though. One is the special effects. People have been saying how good the special effects are. Toothless, he looks just like he did in the animated one. Yeah, that also creates a problem. He looks like he's not there. None of the dragons do, really. Toothless looks like especially bad. He looks like a cartoon just put on screen and not in an endearing way like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And then the other dragons don't especially look great either. But I will give credit that the sets and the landscapes, even though, again, they're ripped directly from the animated movie, they look pretty good. But, God, But yeah, no, the special effects do not look good, even though this is going to get an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects, even though it doesn't deserve it. But then the other sad thing is that these actors are all trying their ass off. Everybody is putting in a good performance. I mean, Gerard Butler's doing the exact same performance he had in the original film, so it's hard to really praise that, but it's still a good performance. Mason Thames does a very good job in the lead role, and it sucks that he's given just the exact same script. And he's trying to do something different with the character, where he's kind of going for more of a Peter Parker vibe. And that'd be cool, but the problem is the script doesn't follow that because it's just the original script again. And that's what pisses me off, is that this thing is just line for line from the original, and people are drooling all over it, calling it a masterpiece. And again, I think these live action remakes could work, but there are only certain movies you can do this for. If I were tasked with one for DreamWorks, honestly, I think the one they should have done was Rise of the Guardians. That's been getting a huge cult following recently, and I think that movie could really work in live action. But again, you'd have to make something new with that. If I were tasked with writing one of these live action remakes, I would be doing everything in my power to come up with something new. Honestly, with Rise of the Guardians, I might have even just changed the villain too. I would have changed as much as possible from that film. But they don't want to do that. They want to play it safe, and they want to go a shot-for-shot remake of one of their most popular films, and people fucking fell for it. And even people like Jeremy Jahns, who I usually respect with his reviews, he also shilled for this movie, and I fucking hated that. And so, yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Normally, I try to make these reviews a bit longer and more in-depth, but again, there's no fucking purpose to that, because this movie is this movie's disgusting. It's a shot-for-shot. If you've seen the original, you've seen this movie. Although somehow this movie was 20 minutes longer. Don't ask me how that happened. And it felt 20 minutes longer. Holy shit, this movie felt long. So yeah, this is one of the most disgusting movies I've ever seen. I might even hate this more than Snow White, because Snow White, as bad as it is, because technically speaking, Snow White is a way more insufferable movie. Like, if you ask me which one of the two would I rather watch, I'd probably rather watch this one, but the thing is, with Snow White, they at least made a new movie. I can't believe that is a praise nowadays for something that I'd have to get, that is something positive I'd had to say about something, that it was a new movie, but it's true. So this will probably be the worst film of the year for me, just because, for the same reason Lion King was for 2019. It's a shot-for-shot remake that barely qualifies as a film now, because it's basically a it's basically like a YouTube video of somebody trying to reenact something in live action. This shouldn't even count as a film. So that's all I got, and fuck this movie, and I hope it continues to underperform at the box office. So next time.